Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and you join us for another update from Bristol City Football Club. And we've got another exciting match for you today. But before that, let's get into some news from the preceding days as we prepare for our next encounter. First off, there's some really good news. In the last week, we've had some quite good results, as you'll have noticed, and that has meant that we've now had two of our team listed in the Sky Bet Championship Team of the Week, and that's Nicholas Eliasson, our ever impressive winger, and also Benik Afobe, who's actually turning in some rather good performances and scoring goals for us. He is our joint leading goal scorer. I have been a bit sort of iffy about him in the past because he hasn't always produced the results earlier in the season, but I think he's now really getting into his stride and coming good with those results. Now, so far this week, we've had no major updates or bad news from the training ground, which rather sort of featured quite heavily in the last update. And in fact, today we're getting some good news from the medical centre. Quite a few players are coming back now ready to re-engage with training. I'm particularly keen to see Callum O'Dowda and Andreas Weimann back on the list for training and to be match ready at some point soon. However, I've realised as I've been sort of looking around and playing with the team formations and tactics that Weimann's particular skill set doesn't actually fit terribly well with the formation and tactics that I'm currently using, this Beowulf 4-4-2 approach. He's much better suited to our previous tactic, which was I think called the Milan brick wall or something along those lines, where he plays a much more forward role. But we shall see, so I'm going to have to keep in mind what we're going to do with the team and in particular with Weimann. More good news. This time though from the under-18 squad, another good win against Nottingham Forest, repeating the success as seen in the senior squad, and that means they're now through to the FA Youth Cup 4th round. Not that I actually know what that is, but it's better than being in the 3rd round apparently, so all credit to them. And to be honest, I can't take any real credit for that, apart from the fact that I've decided to leave management and team selection of the youth teams, both the under-23s and the under-18s, to my assistants. So in particular, Neil Swift gets the thumbs up from me for that result for the under-18s. So here's our update from the medical centre on match day. As you can see, it's quite good news. Our key defensive players, well, the ones that we've been playing a lot, to be honest, Jack Hunt and Pedro Pereira, are looking reasonably good, match fit, moderately match fit anyway. And Nathan Baker, another actually, he's quite an important player. I don't play him necessarily that often, but he does feature quite frequently in the squad. So he's back as well, he's ready to be played. Andreas Weimann, he won't be appearing today. I might put him on the subs bench. And Nicky Manpra, our previous leading goalkeeper. Yeah, again, he's a player that, yeah, he was here and injured when I joined the club. So I'm not quite sure, now that I've got Gillespie in the team, what we'll be doing with Nicky going forward. But anyway, that's for another day. And the press, well, yeah, they've spotted what I've spotted. Well, I spotted it because they told me. West Bromwich Albion, upcoming opponents for our match today. Actually, it's not today, it's tomorrow. In fact, this is Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, they've had quite a good run of form. They are, in fact, just a couple of places behind us in the table at 5th position. We're currently in 3rd. And they've had some quite good results recently. So we're going to have to be careful facing this team tomorrow evening. So here we are. This is the team. It's another 4-4-2. We're sticking with the 4-4-2 formation. I've made a couple of changes in that we're actually going to be using the cautious approach here. So Beowulf's tactics mod provides two variants, an aggressive, an attacking mode, and a more cautious mode when you're not sure you're going to win. And yeah, this is the first time I'm using this formation against a reasonably competent team. West Bromwich Albion, that is. So I'm playing it the cautious mode today, And in light of that, we made a couple of changes in defence. We've now got Daniel Bentley, who I think I've previously been calling David, for which I do apologise. We've got Daniel Bentley in goal, and I've also put Zach Viner in as full-back. But otherwise, the team is pretty much as it was before. But as mentioned, we do have Andres Weimann and also Callum Adauda on the subs bench, just in case we come to need their particular skills as the match progresses. So let's see how the match does progress. Let's kick off. Oh, yeah, well, that was a bit tougher than I wanted, really. That was quite a difficult match to watch. We did take the lead quite significantly. We had a 2-goal lead at one point early in the game. Of course, they came back quite quickly with their reply to that to make it 2-1. But those first 10, 15, 20 minutes off the game, we really weren't playing at all well, and it was very much trying to fend off their attacks on our goalkeeper. So yeah, I think we still do need to do some more work on our possession. Although looking at these sliders here, we had less possession, but not by much. So we'll discuss that as we go through the rest of these charts. And as you can see, it's quite a physical match, quite a few fouls. They took 4 yellow cards against our 3, so they were the bad boys of this match, I reckon. But yeah, we've got 3 goals against their 2, so that's a win. So all in all, I'm going to be happy with that. And to be honest, looking at the goals we did score, I'm quite impressed actually. I think each of them shows a definite improvement in our finishing, and I was always very iffy about that in the earlier matches. We're often in the penalty area, we're often striking at goal, but we just didn't manage to actually get the ball going in the right direction. And yeah, and if you look at these, this is sort of the bigger picture in terms of the overall stats. Yeah, it was fairly evenly balanced. I think we certainly had, in general, more of the ball in terms of chances and so on, but possession, passes completed and stuff, yeah, they outwitted us slightly there. So there's still some room for improvement, definitely, in this squad. And these simple charts, the heat map and so on, again, sort of emphasise that. Yeah, goal mouth was where most of the action was taking place. Otherwise, it was fairly evenly split across the pitch. But the bar graph on the right-hand side here again emphasised the fact that, yeah, they had more ball than we did. But thankfully, we made it pay. I suppose it's hardly surprising, seeing as he actually scored two goals, that West Bromwich Albion's Romain Sawyers takes man of the match. Yeah, I think that's the first time our team, or one of my players, hasn't taken that accreditation in our recent matches. But, well, we came close. We had some very impressive performances nonetheless, particularly in those I've highlighted here. Tommy Rowe, Nicholas Eliasson and Benik Afobe, all doing really good work. And, of course, yeah, a thumbs up and credit to Filip Benkovic for scoring that rather remarkable little goal. A nice tap-in from that corner from Tommy Rowe. So again, Tommy Rowe being a key player, very much a key figure in the team these days. Yeah, and another thing, that's only his second goal. Of course, he's a key defender of ours. And it's one of the few we've actually scored from a corner. We haven't done that very often, so that was really nice to see. However, yeah, that second goal that Romain Sawyers scored, that shouldn't have happened. I mean, in all other areas, Nicholas Eliasson is a very impressive player. He's always pushing forward. He's always dominating that left wing. He's always making chances for goals for our strikers. Or indeed, as he did here, score a goal himself. But yeah, that was a very lazy, sloppy attempt at a pass he made at as the game was drawing to a close. That just left the door wide open. Again, where was our defence? We weren't ready for that. That allowed Romain Sawyers to come in and sneak that consolation second goal. But yeah, Tommy Rowe, a good match, excellent match. But as I think I said earlier, it was rather physical, and he was one of the guys that suffered particularly. As you can see here, a bruised thigh. That happened, yeah, a little bit too early in the match, but he did sort of soldier on for a bit. But it does mean that he's going to be out for possibly 2 weeks, really, which we're going to miss because he has been very much a key player, a playmaker, if you will, in the team recently. That is very annoying, actually. But at the end of the day, we can't let that disappointing news overshadow the fact that we won. We beat West Bromwich Albion 3-2, and what with Leeds losing their match this week, we're now in second position behind Fulham in the Sky Bet Championship. I'm really very, very happy with that, and indeed so are the board, who are absolutely delighted with what we've done so far this season. And I'm not going to argue with them, not at all. So yeah, we're still just 2 points behind the leaders, 2 points ahead of Leeds, and there's a good gap of 5 points before the 4th positioned Swansea. West Brom stay stuck in 5th. So that's it, I think, for this week. Thank you so much for joining me for this update on Bristol City Football Club. Hope you've enjoyed the highlights of the match. If you've got any advice, hints and tips as to how I can improve our team's performance, how can we make better use of the skills I've got at my disposal, the players that is, not my personal skills, which leave a lot to be desired, to be fair. But yeah, let's not dwell on those. Anything you've got to say, it'd be great to hear from you. If you've enjoyed this, a like would be lovely, but even better, if you've got anything to say, hints, tips, recommendations, even criticisms, just drop a note into the comments box below. It would be awesome to hear from you. But from me, Ajaxpost, here at the very heart of Bristol City Football Club. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.